How's everybody doing? It's CloaknDaggerish here, and let me tell you, Entropia Universe has been nuts this last week. I know I'm a little bit behind with this update video, but let's jump right into it. There's actually some new breaking stuff I want to cover it a little bit too. So Tuesday was the big Codex update that everybody's been waiting for. This guy right here. And it looks very nice. I'm not going to go into it real deep. You probably all know about it for the most part. My opinion is anything that gives the game a facelift and makes it look a little bit nicer, kind of updates a little bit, is a good change. The only thing that I think that they should maybe consider adding is the mining iron challenges. I think they could do the same thing with kind of updating them and putting those in the Codex as well, and getting rid of the old iron mining challenges. Other than that, it's great. I love it. Other big thing that came with the new update is the Crystal Palace shares are now tradable, it looks like. And if you don't know where that's at, you go through your ped car to the share center. Stop shooting here. There we go. And I haven't bought any yet, but it looks like they're going for... Where are they here? Around $17 a share. So I'll probably buy a couple of those later to see how those are doing. But for right now, I'm saving all my money because Halloween Mayhem is almost here. I'm excited. This is the first year I'm planning on competing for the entire event. In years past, I've kind of just poked my nose in there just to see what it's all about, but I've never really had the ped to actually compete in Halloween Mayhem or any of the Mayhems. So this year I've been saving up, putting some money aside. I got some more money I got to deposit. I should be all set for this year. I even bought a couple of guns ahead of time while they're still cheap, because guns usually jump up in prices for Mayhem. Let's see here. Moon deeds are the other big hot topic that everybody's been talking about. If you haven't heard, if you buy a 50-pack of Moon Deeds, which is 300 USD, you get the Sophia pet with it. And there's been kind of some controversy over that, whether it devalues the deeds, stuff like that. Real hot topic. Neat pet, though. I really like it. I think it's something kind of fresh and new that they brought into the game. But I want to talk about these moon deeds a little bit more, and specifically something that that I've noticed other YouTubers haven't really talked about. Everybody talks about the deeds. They're not paying out as well. What are they really valued at? Why aren't they selling? And one thing, and I've talked to some of the other YouTubers like Serial Overdrive and Lord Spade about this. But one thing that people kind of forget about with these moon deeds compared to the other deeds is that there's no established economy on the Arcadia Moon. And what I mean by that is, at one point in time in the game, land deeds didn't exist at all. It was just a video game and you played it. And then they released Calypso land deeds first, I believe. And there was people already on Calypso playing there, so there was an economy. There was ped being cycled there. So really, it just started taking some of that money from that cycle and putting it back into the players' pockets when they bought the deeds up front, which were 1,000 ped, I believe, and now they're anywhere from 1,800 to 2,000 ped. So if you bought those early on, like Serial Overdrive did, you're sitting pretty. The Arcadia Underground deeds are another one. As far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the Arcadia Underground existed before the Arcadia Underground deeds came into play. So there's people there on a regular basis hunting and mining. There was an economy established in the Arcadia Underground, and then they brought in these deeds. The problem with the moon deeds is they sold the deeds before the content was even released. And then it came out and everybody's expecting payouts, but there's not a regular player base there. Yes, there was an influx of players when it first came out. A bunch of people went there to check it out, but there was no reason for them to really stay. a lot of people are already established on other planets such as Calypso, Arcadia, and Rocktropia, just to name a few, because the economies there are a lot bigger and already established, and it's easy to sell their goods there. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people are overlooking. So because there isn't an established people playing there on a regular basis, the payouts are just all over the place. Sometimes it's every other day, sometimes it's once a week. It's just up and down and all over the place, where Arcadia Underground pays out pretty consistently every day. Sometimes you get a double if you're lucky. Calypso pays out once a week, and from what I heard, the payouts are a little bit low right now, but that's because Mayhem hasn't started. Once that starts up again, it's probably going to bounce back up to where it was. Ooh, a little glitch there. So that's just one thing to consider with these moon deeds. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I wouldn't buy them. I bought 5 of them just to see what they would do. I bought the bare minimum from the web shop, and I don't think I'm going to buy any more. And here's my reason why. If you've been to space, or if you've seen the space map, there's a lot more planets than just Planet Calypso and Arcadia and the Arcadia moon. There's 2 or 3 others for sure. Rocktropia is the other bigger one that does pretty good. But if you talk to players that go to like Cyrene, and I think Next Island is another one, there aren't a lot of people there playing. And to be honest with you, Entropia Universe doesn't really need another land area like the Arcadia moon. There's just not enough players in it. And for that reason, I don't think the moon is ever going to really have a very good economy. And therefore, the deeds are never going to pay very well. Once they do become tradable, if they ever become tradable, which I'm sure they will because they dump these pets into the web shop, that they're going to plummet in value is my guess, because they're not paying out and people expect them to pay out like the underground, but I don't think they're going to. If you're going to invest your money, I would invest it into Arcadia Underground deeds or Crystal Palace shares, or if you can afford the Calypso land deeds, that would be a good investment as well. Because they've created this content, what they should have did, instead of putting the pets into the web shop to get people to buy deeds, I think they should have focused on giving people a reason to go to the Arcadia moon, because at the moment there really isn't one. I had an idea of, what about like a limited time taming event with this new pet? You'd get a big flux of people over there to go get this new pet. And even any kind of event would really just kind of help to bring more players in, and just better content. Yeah, there's new mobs and stuff. That would help. The other thing they could have did, if they really, really want to push this Arcadia moon, is the first week that it was open or available to play, or the first couple weeks, they should have, and I don't know if they can do this, but adjust the loot algorithm, or do something where there'd be just some huge drops there. Like, get the players hyped. Like, oh, I can go to the Arcadia moon because it's hot right now. There's, drop an all-time high or something there, and get the players talking, get them excited about Arcadia moon, and get them to want to go there. And I think I didn't go there personally. I watched, some of the YouTubers and stuff, and I didn't really see a reason to go check it out, other than there was some new mobs and stuff. But if it would have been hot, if the hunting would have been hot, if the mining would have been hot, man, I would have been on the first mothership, and I would have been right over there with them. But it really doesn't have anything that makes it outstanding from the other planets. In my opinion, again, this is just my opinion, what Arcadia group should have did, because the planet Arcadia, the Arcadia Underground, and I believe the Arcadia moon are all owned by the same planet partner. Instead of making a new planet for new content, I think they should have stuck with what they had with the Arcadia Underground and Planet Arcadia, and make the content there better. There's just not enough players in Entropia Universe to really keep expanding like this, because if they keep doing this, we're just going to see more and more dead planets until the population grows enough to get people to fill them up. If there's a reason to go there. Ooh, that was a nice one. Nice little drop off that puny there. Anyways, these are just my thoughts. Another thing they could have did, instead of moon deeds and making the moon, is if they were really hard up for money for development, they should have did Arcadia land deeds, like the Calypso land deeds, make them a little bit more expensive, $100 up front, and where they would pay out a little bit more. I think that would be a much better idea, and it would definitely be a lot more successful, because once again, there's already people on Arcadia every day playing, hunting, mining, doing that sort of thing. There's a nice established economy, and you could take some of that and give that as a payout. Ooh, speaking of payouts, there's another little drop there for me. And lastly, today is October the 2nd. There was a patch. I don't know if any of you've noticed. Maybe you've been watching the global window there, but everybody was kind of confused with the way they were doing the PED and PEC thing. Well, not so much the PED, but on the PEC end of it, it was reading like 24.00 whatever, and then it would say PEC, and everybody was confused because they thought it was PED, and didn't seem like a lot of people really liked it. So they changed that. Now, let's see if I got an example here. So instead of it reading like 93.00 PEC, they changed it to 0.93 PED, or which would be 93 PEC. I don't know if I really like it. I don't think they should put the zeros in there unless it's like absolutely necessary, or the extra numbers in there. The zeros just kind of make it kind of weird to look at, but whatever. I like it better than what they had, but I was kind of okay with the old system, and even if I didn't know that the numbers were there, I don't know. I don't do game development. I just play them. So just something to kind of check out. Also, the in the global, they never did the PEC in there before. So now when you see the global, you see the entire global. So if it's 368 PED and 52 PEC, it reads all that instead of just 365 PED. Just something to check out, something to watch for. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. I plan on to continue to do more Entropia Universe content. Everybody has been awesome with the likes and the subscribing and the just watching. You guys have been great. You've been really boosting my channel, and I hope you keep it up, and I hope you like what I've been doing. All that I ask from you is if you could at least subscribe, and if you have any comments or maybe some advice, what would you like for me to do to make my channel better, as far as should I use my camera? Is there anything that I could do to make my videos better for you, for the viewers? And if you got any ideas, drop them down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do to make my stuff better. But until next time, you have a good one.